up, YouTube? It's your boy D-Walk71, replaced it with a 4, and I am here with my NXT TakeOver Toronto review for you guys. And honestly, this show was alright. I give it about an 8 out of 10. It was a good show. It had its high moments and it kind of had its low moments, but it's probably still gonna be better than Survivor Series. But anyways, let's get right into it. So we open up with the most cleanest entrance in NXT history. Bobby Roode. This man had a choir, fam. This man had a choir, bruh. He had a choir. And they were singing his theme song. And then he came out with the robe, which had a cape on it. And it said glorious on the back. And he was walking like he was Ric Flair. It was a very glorious entrance. Then we had Ty Dillinger come out with the out-of-control collar once again from like NXT TakeOver the end. His collar was out of control doing the 10 chants. And honestly, this match right here was a great opener. It was a good match. It was a good back to forth. Ty Dillinger gets some work in. Bobby Roode gets some work in. They go at it. Roode wins with his DDT. But honestly, just let me talk about just the stuff with the match, I guess. The match was good. I liked it. It was a great opener. Got the fans hot. Got the fans ready for a good match. Now, the effects of this. Bobby Roode is clearly going to be in a main event status soon. But after, the results of the main event, I don't know. With Ty Dillinger, I think he's going to the main roster. He's definitely got to go to SmackDown if he is going to the main roster. But the thing is, like, after the match, Ty Dillinger just sat in the ring and they were just chanting him. They do this for everybody who's like leaving NXT. They did this for Sami Zayn when he lost to Nakamura. They did this to Bayley when she lost to Asuka at TakeOver Brooklyn. So not Nakamura. Ty Dillinger is going to the main roster. And also, from what I read, when somebody went to the WWE Performance Center All Access, they have different sections of the rings. They have this one set of people. It was called main roster ready, basically people who are ready for the main roster, and Ty Dillinger was in the ring. So that basically just helps my thoughts that Ty Dillinger is going to the main roster. He should go to SmackDown. His gimmick would work on SmackDown. Him and Kurt Hawkins, that would be hilarious. Good match. Love it. The next match we end up having the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And the match stipulation is that Paul Ellering is banned from ringside, but instead he's going to be put in a shark cage and be suspended from the ring. They honestly, they got this idea from a toy. It's a WWE toy set that's coming out called a Crash Cage, and it's basically what WCW used to do. It's called a shark cage match, where they would put somebody in a cage, like a single cage that could fit like one person, and suspended above the ring. And that's what they did with Ellering. He was there the whole time, and the match went on. And honestly, this match was alright. I mean, it was better than what I expected it to be. I expected for TM61 to get a little bit of offense, and then the Authors of Pain to just dominate. TM61 actually, at one point, I thought they were going to actually win. Like, it's crazy to think. I thought they were actually going to win. But we had one spot where I believe Shane Thorne, the one with the orange trunks, hit a swanton bomb off of the Crash Cage set, like the little thing that holds a gimmick that allows the thing to go high. He jumped off of that, did a swanton bomb like Jeff Hardy. He almost botched it because they almost didn't catch him, right? And then we had the other one, Nick Miller, doing high flying stuff. And then I thought they were going to win because they actually hit their finisher on one of the members of the Authors of Pain. I forgot which one, but they didn't kick out. And we thought that Paul Ellering was going to use this thing where he dropped the chain for, I believe, Razor to punch one of them. The chain fell out, and then the Authors of Pain ended up winning clean, actually, which is crazy because I think the thing NXT is trying to do is they're trying to show from all of these matches that they have been used his help at all, they didn't use his help this time and they won clean, and I think that was the point of them doing this, to show that they don't need him, so people can't say that Paul Ellering helps them a lot because they won on their own. And they end up winning the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Now, this year, I feel like the quality of it went down. Because last year, it was a big celebration when Balor and Joe won. They had Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, the Cody Rhodes' wife, not Cody Rhodes' wife, Dusty Rhodes' wife, the mother of the Rhodes children, the sisters, all that. This time they just had the Authors of Pain, Paul Ellering, Triple H, and Goldust, because I guess Cody Rhodes doesn't work for WWE no more, and the other people weren't there, so it wasn't that big of a celebration this year. But it's still good to know that somebody won the Tag Team Classic this year. That's pretty cool. It's a good accomplishment. Now, off for the Authors of Pain to go to the Tag Team Championship. So then, after one tag team match, we get another tag team match. In a WWE Tag Team Championship match, we have hashtag DIY Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa taking on the Revival, Dash and Dawson, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Yes, this match was great. From the near falls to people interfering to essentially having flashbacks in the ring. It was great to me. This is what I saw. But the beginning, the Revival were dominant. They got the first pinfall in like 5-10 minutes, like quick. They had the Shatter Machine on Johnny Gargano quick. And then they went at it. Then they were basically dominating Johnny Gargano during the second fall. Like, they were completely dominating him, cutting the ring off from him, making sure he couldn't tag in Tommaso Ciampa. And then out of nowhere, Tommaso Ciampa came back, hit his little moves, and then the DIY hit their finisher, the super kick and knee combo, whatever they call it. Then it's even 1-1, next fall wins. So then we just go back and forth with these two just going against each other, just going back and forth, back and forth. We got flashbacks from TakeOver Brooklyn where they took out Gargano's knee again. This time they took the championship. Gargano was going for a kick, I believe. Boom, hit him in the knee with the championship, and then put him in the little reverse figure 4 leg lock, or the Lucky 13, whatever you want to call it. And then Gargano was about to tap out. It was crazy. It was crazy how he was about to tap out. Gargano finally crawled to the ropes, having flashbacks of TakeOver back to Brooklyn. Grabbed the rope this time, and he saved himself, basically. Yeah, he saved himself. So then after that, we go back and forth again. We have people hitting finishers on each other. They were about to hit their own finisher on the on Johnny Gargano's little knee super kick. Gargano moved out the way. Boom, super kick to Scott Dawson from Dash Wilder. Then DIY hit the Shatter Machine on Dash Wilder. And then 1, 2, 3. I'm just kidding. They didn't win the match. They kicked out, and then I lost my mind. But with the ending of this match, we saw, and this didn't make any sense at all. So Scott Dawson was the legal man in the ring. Then I think he got taken out by Tommaso Ciampa. And then Johnny Gargano put Dash Wilder in a submission. And then Tommaso Ciampa put Scott Dawson in a submission. And they both tapped out. The thing about it is the finish really didn't make sense. Scott Dawson wasn't the legal man at all. I mean, Scott Dawson was the legal man. Dash Wilder wasn't. And Dash Wilder was the one who tapped out. It doesn't make any sense. That ending didn't make sense. So technically, the Revival aren't tag team champions. Are the tag team champions, but they're not. It does that finish really kind of messed the match up, but it was still a good match. And we have brand new NXT tag team champions. So then the next match we had a match I was kind of looking forward to just so I could see the return of Mickie James. We have Mickie James taking on the NXT Women's Champion Asuka. So as you can see, Asuka's been very dominant since she's gotten here. Been very dominant. And then she got her way NXT Tag Team Championship, beat Bayley again, and now she needs more competition. So enter one of the GOATs of women's wrestling, in my opinion, Mickie James. So we ended up having the match. The match was alright. I mean, the crowd really wasn't into it because they had to cool down from the tag team match they just experienced, and they were kind of silent half of the time. When Mickie James came out, they really wasn't loud. When Asuka came out, they were kind of loud. It was just like they were down after that match. I mean, a lot of good stuff happened. Now we had Asuka almost killing Mickie James on multiple occasions, to Mickie James actually coming back, hitting a Hurricane Run on the outside, hitting a mid kick. Almost hitting a DDT, her infamous DDT, and we had that. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm kind of tired, but this match, it was all right. Like, I don't think the crowd understood it. It was all right. I was kind of into it myself, and then I wasn't. But the ending of this match was perfect. So Mickie James ends up tapping out really quick after being in an Oscar lock. It wasn't even a full Oscar lock. It was like a half one. Then after that, Oscar is celebrating with a championship. Mickie James comes up, faces her in the ring, sticks her hand out for congratulations, respect. Oscar holds up the NXT Women's Championship and just looks at her. And then, I believe, she gets out of the ring. Because Oscar came, she did what she had to do. She came in, won her match, she's still the champion, she got out the ring. Simple as that. And then, I would say they gave her a standing ovation, but they cut her off instantly after that. So then we end up having the match of the evening. Alright, I'm back. I don't know what just happened. But anyway, we're talking about the main event now. We're on the main event, the NXT Championship match. We have Samoa Joe, the former champion, taking on the brand new champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this match was good. To me, it was good. Or maybe more or less, it was just Samoa Joe dominating, doing what he basically said he was going to do. But I like this match because of the unpredictability of it. So the man Samoa Joe won. He won the NXT Championship. He is now the first ever 2-time NXT champion. And this is Shinsuke Nakamura's first loss. But if I want to just dissect some stuff in it, Joe worked on Nakamura's leg the whole entire match and still dominated too. Nakamura barely had offense in, to be honest. He hit like 2 Kinshasas towards the end, but he really didn't do anything. Like, Joe dominated this match, to be honest with you. And I knew this was going to happen because of like the way it was built up. It was Joe is more savage because he lost his title, and he feels like Joe feels like I don't know how to explain it. It was like he acts more savage because he lost his title and he wants his title back. He said, so he took out Nakamura. He said, either give me the title, give me Nakamura, or give me the title. And Joe stopped at nothing to make sure, to get his point across that he wants his title back. And this match proved it. He dominated Nakamura. Nakamura did get some offense in, but Joe really dominated. And the ending sequence of this match was beautiful, in my opinion. So Nakamura has Joe on the ropes as if he was going to do a 619. Hits him with a Kinshasa to the back of the head. Joe's on the outside. Joe was actually bleeding too, by the way, towards the end, which made him like holding the championship look even better. But anyway, Kinshasa to the back of the head. He's on the outside. Joe picks up the referee, the referee's trying to talk to Joe, trying to make sure he's okay. Moves the referee out the way. Kicks hit my table. Kicks Nakamura in the balls on some AJ Styles stuff, because that's what TNA guys do now. They hit people in the balls to win championships. Hits Nakamura in the balls. Then he picks up Nakamura and slams him on the steel stairs like he did on NXT weeks ago that took him out. Puts Nakamura back in the ring. Hits him with the muscle buster. 1, 2, 3. Samoa Joe is your brand new and first ever 2-time NXT champion. Now, what does this mean? Joe's not going to the main roster anytime soon. I don't know what NXT was doing. I feel like they were just doing an unpredictable thing, because everybody says NXT is predictable. This was very unpredictable. Everybody thought Nakamura was going to retain the title, and Joe's going to go to the main roster. No. So, both of them are not going to the main roster anytime soon. They're going to continue to kill each other almost. Another theory could be because NXT is going to Japan, and since they're going to Japan, Nakamura will get a better reaction by winning the title in Japan. Honestly, it wouldn't matter. Just know that Joe made history tonight by giving Nakamura his first loss in NXT and becoming the first ever 2-time NXT champion. Now, as I said earlier, NXT TakeOver Toronto was good. It was decent. I give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst, because I don't know if that has been worse, but it's been ones that are kind of worse than this. I give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely better than Survivor Series. Also, just to let you know, I'll be having 2 videos out tomorrow. Ironically, a WWE 2K17 Universe mode with the brand new 2-time NXT champion, Samoa Joe, and my Survivor Series 2016 review. You'll probably get that later in the night, but the Samoa Joe one should come out pretty soon. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media sites in the description below. Do everything to support me. You know, I'm trying to get famous out here, man. And I'm trying to get famous on this YouTube thing one day. Anyway, just support me. I'm stuttering. But anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.